Alright guys, let's play some City Skyline. Now, since the game has been out for a few days now, the workshop is already overflowing with all kinds of custom assets and mods and all kinds of stuff like that. I've gone ahead and gone a little bit crazy. We can see here the assets. I got some extra interchanges. This one guy, DP's beautification projects or something like that. Tons of extra. These are all low density houses that he's gone and beautified. I think he's taken a lot of the existing models and added some extra trees and gardens and things like that. So our cities are going to look a little bit more prettier, since these should get introduced into the rotation of possible low density houses, which is very exciting. Also went and grabbed a few extra mods. We've got the 25 spaces mod that's been there for a while. The automatic bulldoze mod we're going to talk about. It gives you an option to automatically destroy abandoned and burned buildings. Now, I'm actually going to leave it off in-game most of the time, unless, you know, there's a wave of buildings I want to quickly destroy. Because I like seeing abandoned buildings, because it gives you a hint that there's a problem, right? If the abandoned buildings are constantly being bulldozed automatically, you might not be aware that there's a problem. The burned buildings might be a little bit more legit, but I want the option of like, okay, I need to turn on automatic bulldozing of abandoned buildings, so I don't have to go and click, click, click all over the place. Really nice. I haven't actually tested this next one yet. The tree brush gives you the tree brush from the map editor in the normal game, so you can just put down tons of trees all at the same time. Really exciting. Dynamic resolution. This lets you upsample and downsample your resolution. So in the game, what you can do is basically internally have the game render at like twice the actual resolution, then downscale it. It gives you like the best type of kind of anti-aliasing possible to get rid of jaggies if you want. Hello, Sir Curious. Thanks for the sub. I'm going to not use this. I'm going to leave it as at the normal 100% during the stream, just because my computer's already worked pretty hard when I'm doing the recording, and honestly, the extra visual quality won't really translate to the live stream because it gets compressed down anyway. But for screenshots and things and my own play, it's really nice. I run at 200%. It does kill the frame rate a little bit, but like, oh, it looks so good. An autosave, there's a few autosave mods, which seems like a pretty good idea. This, every 5 minutes, we'll go ahead and save the game. Note that if you do run any mods, it does disable achievements, so you got to keep that in there. And also, there's a few first-person cameras or ground-level cameras. This one here, ground-level camera, is apparently based on the original first-person camera that lets you sort of walk along the ground in your city. So we're going to go and take a look at that. Also, right before we go into, we're going to continue Venice. But before I do that, I want to show off a map called Ray Ray Cove over here. This is a map that A Kiss for Luck made. Actually, what's the best place to show it off is probably in the map editor, actually. Let's do that. Ray Ray Cove. This is like the most gorgeous map I have seen. This is not the sort of map you could have shipped with the game, just because it's probably going to be playing on hard mode. There's a lot of elevation, a lot of details going on, but it is gorgeous. This is why you guys have to watch A Kiss for Luck. She just makes pretty stuff. So take a look at this map. It's some sort of like volcanic island. You got this sort of caldera thing going on over here that's just been broken into bits. The city comes in over here. Go away, Tripper. Comes in over here, and look, like, apparently you can build roads on all these little hills, but your building areas are going to be so little small and chunky and interesting. You can probably fit a little bit of stuff here, some buildings here. All these multi-level plateaus. You can even, it's actually possible for you to reach over here if you want to. You can technically make a bridge that like reaches out to this little hidden chunk of land over here. But that's not the ultimate bit. That is not the ultimate bit at all. The ultimate bit is right here. Check out this gorgeous waterfall, you guys. How amazing is this? And I mean, it's all the little things. Like, there's like a little tree right over there, and a little bit more trees over here. Just this awesome, beautiful, lazy little waterfall. Hey, Dark Knight, thanks for subbing. All these little tiny buildable areas. Technically, you can build there. Whether you're going to want a bunch of bridges or not, I don't know. You might not want to. So there's not a ton of actual buildable space, but how interesting, how gorgeous is this map? It's called Ray Ray Cove, and I don't know. I'm going to have to build a city on here at some point, but for now, we're going to go back into Venice. Yeah, is it Tropico 5? It looks like Tropico! Like, I think if I made a city on that map, I think I would have to call it Tropico. I think that's just the way it is. Also, I really still want them to sort this list alphabetically. Or not alphabetically, by date. It is alphabetical. I want them to sort it by date instead. so that your most recent save is always at the top, for example. That would be really nice. Or give you the option of sorting both ways. That would be nice. Bum, 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 bum. All right. We're going to load up Venish. All right. So if you are new to this map, this is a map that I made based on the actual hype map of the actual area of Venice. Obviously, some differences had to be put in for the actual game. First of all, obviously, we can't run our city on canals, so there's going to be some inherent differences there. And you know, just a few concessions made for gameplay purposes, and also the fact that I can't art, so or be kind of creative. But it's going to be a really fun map to work on. So we did have the unlocked all 25 tiles already running. It hasn't really come into play. It's going to be important for this map though, because there's not a lot of buildable space. So we're going to need to buy all the tiles just so that we can fill everything in. Hello, Amorant. Thanks for the sub. You know, sometimes if you unlock all 25 tiles and you pack it in with city, the game may start to run kind of slow. That's one of the reasons by default the game only unlocks 9 tiles. But on this map, even with all 25 tiles unlocked, I think we'll ultimately have less buildable space than you would on the average map, just because of all these little islands that are all broken up over here. So we had that. We also had the unlock all from the start, which gave us a little bit of faster money, but it also required that we build a little bit more. We have stabilized though, so things are pretty good. Now, we added in a few extra mods that we're going to play with. One, hey, Harlinger, thanks for the sub, is that, that downsampling. I think it's F10 hotkey. There we go. Which allows me to upsample or downsample. That's the other thing. If you've got a slower computer, you can downsample, which means internally it would... That's weird. It's actually not actually running at 1080p. Because I bet you the render window is here and they cut it off for the bottom. Oh, that's quite smart, actually. Internally, you could render at a lower resolution, get upscaled, and that works if you want to be able to properly run it full screen on your monitor, but maybe your computer can't keep up with that sort of thing. So it's an interesting idea. And yeah, you can go the other way, go higher internal render, which then gets sort of downsampled and gives you really nice anti-aliasing, which eliminates some jaggies. So we've got that. Then we've got this camera standard thing here. But yeah, I can go to ground mode right over here, and there's a bit of a clipping. Again, this is just a mod here, so. There's always going to be some stuff, but we can walk around our city and see what it's like. We can run a little faster with the tab key. Z and X, I think there's a couple other keys, but I don't remember what they do. But there we go. You can feel what it's like to be a citizen in our city. Use the crosswalk over here. Try not to get flattened by a car. And then we can tab out. Great mods! Like, this game has only been out for a few days, and people are doing this kind of crazy stuff. The auto bulldoze thing that I was talking about is here on the bulldozer. We've got some buttons, and you can toggle them on. Right now I have it so that burned buildings will get auto bulldozed, but abandoned buildings I have turned off. I can turn it on, but again, I want to be able to see the abandoned buildings, so that's something. And then, where do we get the tree brush mode? You pick a tree. Then, I did load that up, didn't I? There's a way... Oh, is it... There we go. Plus and minus. Now, I don't think the construction costs get balanced. So, right now, if I click once... Oh, it's not even using any money to use the tree brush anymore. All this is free. So, you know, bit of a downside maybe. If I go all the way down to nothing, now it's in the normal tree mode, which ironically costs money. But it's never been that expensive. So now I can, like, just prettify it. Just like if I were using the map editor. And so, you know, who cares? It's awesome. It's nice. It's pretty. You know, fill in all this with some trees. Ah, look at that. Look at that. Just, you know, gorgeousness. That's all. And then we can go back to single tree mode. These mods make me so happy. One of the other ones that I don't think I downloaded, but has me more excited. Right now, when you've got, if you want to start, like, unlocking more stuff at the start, so you have like more construction options right from the start, you can use the built-in unlock all mod. But maybe you don't want to unlock literally everything. So some people made a mod, for example, that just gives you the first couple of levels, which basically unlocks more road types, but doesn't really, you know, unlock, you know, solar power plants right from the start, which I think is a swell idea. So you can really start to customize your game, and I like it. Too much trees? No! Well, we're going to build in these areas, so the trees are going to go away. Although, I might leave this park here. Because it's kind of nice. We're going to fill this in. We're going to fill in most of these at some point and become super, super dense. All right. Population is growing. We still have traffic here. This is all a temporary thing. We're going to get rid of this. This is only because we don't have enough money to build all the harbors and train stations that we want quite yet. It will get obliterated, which will be very nice. I'm mostly saving up right now. I think it was to build a train station kind of over here, which I think would go a long way towards eliminating some of this traffic, for example. Averwolf with the IGN review scores. Quill planting trees, that's weird. Hey now, I'm not opposed to trees. You plant trees so then you can cut them down and get wood. This looks like me playing OpenTTD. You put a lot of trees down when you play OpenTTD in Irox? Use footpaths through OP. Actually, it's not a bad idea. At the very least, we should have some footpaths over here, because if we're going to leave this park in here, people should be able to walk through them. Where do you do that? You do it here, right? I've never built a footpath. We've got pavement, and we've got gravel. I think maybe we'll use some gravel. I don't know. Maybe pavement. Be nice if there was, like, cobblestone or something as an option. So we could have a footpath that comes off of here. Space already occupied. By what? What is this? This is just a commercial building. We should be able to build through there. Can you not connect up to roads? That's fine. You can't connect a footpath to a road? You can tell I've never built a footpath before in this game. Huh. You place it next to the road. Ah, yes, okay. I have seen people do that, but I didn't understand why. So, let's tuck in there. And then I guess we'll have to go and bulldoze a little there. And then we'll do another one down here. Get rid of the infected building. There we are. And then switch back to the curve tool. And then connect like this, but then, you know, just make a few. Can we loop around here? Yeah, there we are. Just a nice little walking path through the tree-lined areas. There we are. Alright, so we're getting a little bit of sickness. Now, I don't think it's... Yeah, our health capacity is awesome. The problem is traffic. Which is usually the case in these sorts of things. Although here, our traffic is no longer exploding here, which is good. Where's our actual hospital? It's right over there. Oh, these are dead bodies. Actually, hold on. How's our sickness going? We don't have enough crematoriums. Well, I mean, we may have just fallen behind because of traffic. But let's go ahead and spam out a few of these. We have one crematorium there. We'll get another one sort of over here. I don't have enough money. Okay. This might be a little bit of an issue. It's a good thing we can bulk bulldoze everything. I could take out a loan. I think I'm already running a loan, though. So I think I don't want to take out any more. Yeah. That being said, I don't want my city to explode. Alright, we're going to take out one more loan. What could possibly go wrong? There we go. Just get some more hearses on the road. So, we should get some abandoned buildings soon, if no one picks up these things. Although you can see some of the skulls were going away. So the hearses are trying to keep up with things. But then if need be, we should be able to toggle on that mode. Oh, there we go. These are getting picked up. Alright. We might be winning the war against the zombies, you guys. 143 deceased, 140, 137, 132... 130. Now, some of them may have just moved out, but I think we're getting picked up. A little bit of garbage. So the real problem with this city is the traffic and the fact that we grew very, very, very quickly. Very quickly. I guess I could have saved money and just built a cemetery and then emptied it later on. 100 deceased. Okay, 110, 120. How's the sickness? 68 people sick, which is not too bad. I think we will win the war against the zombies. So let's not worry about it too much. Certainly, I don't think we should spend too much more money on it. Is there anything we've got way too much of? Can I trim a budget anywhere? Electricity, no. Water, no. So I guess not. Incineration status. Our landfill is almost completely full, and our incinerators are falling short as well. I think we're going to be forced to just build another landfill, though. Just because of money. Or lack thereof. In fact, I know they're already complaining about a little bit of garbage pickup in a couple places. So what I'm going to do is get another landfill going right away. We will have to empty these later into an incinerator because we're going to want this space. But we're going to do that. All right. That's right, Anno. Bring out your dead. I'm not quite dead. Oh, he's almost dead. I'm getting better. Do. By the way, if one of you guys have not watched, like, Monty Python, Night of the Holy Grail, or anything like that, or The Quest for the Holy Grail, you should definitely do that. We're gonna need some more cop stations soon, some more fire stations soon. Actually, police is relatively okay. The coverage isn't great, but we don't have much of a crime problem. The fire coverage is particularly poor, but we don't have any money right now. We grew really, really fast. We grew really, really fast, and because that's one of the things that happens with all the unlocks, because people demand everything right from the start, so you can't sort of grow slowly and organically and make a bunch of money. I wonder if anyone used... Oh, I think I saw some people walking here. Yeah, there's someone. Hey, people are using these little footpaths. That's great. I mean, we're not really saving on traffic here. Technically, it's possible that someone might have decided to drive from here to here, and now they can walk. But a lot of people will tend to walk most of the time. They just might not have gone all the way around. So, alright, we might save a little bit of traffic. Plus, it looks pretty. Green spaces are important. Yeah, that poop water over here. Completely surrounded industrial island. We do have a call for more commercial. And that's the thing. If we want more money, I could just build a little bit more. And I think that's probably what we will do. Now, I haven't figured out how I want to build here yet. These are two ways. What I will probably do is just do something like this. And leave another slice of green space? Maybe. I mean, we don't want to build more intersections than we need. This is not so bad, and luckily, because these are two-way streets, they don't cause, they don't create traffic lights. So this might actually be manageable. And that actually gives us plenty of room to do one of these as well. And we even leave a little strip of green in between, which is nice. So let's go ahead, let's, maybe we'll use a little high-density commercial. And then back to lower density over here. They should fill up instantly. Got a little bit of crime. Now, the high density does create some noise pollution, so we'll have to be a little careful over here. We might tuck in some parks here later on just to cause some space to come in. Or de-zone this area and then fill it with some trees. That's another possibility. Alright, we should make some money with these. Because they pay taxes. It doesn't increase our population, but it should increase our tax base. There we go. Going up. That's nice. We've got a little bit of demand for everything, including a little bit more demand for industrial. Although we haven't filled in this industrial yet, which is... Oh, no, they're there. These are just fields. They look a little empty and boring, but that's fine. What I could do is finish filling up Industrial Island. Now, I want to leave a gap here because I was thinking that this would probably end up being a rail station. Plus, I need to run some rail through here at some point. But what I can do is maybe start in the back here because we're trying to fill up everything as much as possible. So if we run a road here... Oh, we have to be sensitive to the fact that this costs money. Well, I guess that's as efficient as we're going to get it. There we are. Do that. Let's go ahead and zone in a little bit more industrial. On the island that's going to be surrounded by poo. We should probably name these regions. We could name them after subscribers, maybe. Who should I name this terrible island after? This is my industrial park, really. Where's my list of subscribers at? Oh my god, you know what I'm missing? The stream tip alerter. is not running. I'm terribly sorry. I have missed 3 here. Stream, tip alert, or dashboard. Let's load this up so I can go and read those. But now I've got it running, so now we should get the little sound effects and updated scroller. Cool 101. Hey, Quill, love your videos. I have to go to work, but have some chocolate and whiskey on me. Oh, you know I will. Toast Ghost, addicted to your playthroughs of Skylines. Keep up the great content. Thank you very much. And Ophel! Go Quill. Ophel is around all the time. Ophel was one of my characters in one of my games. I don't remember what game it was, though. Were you a dwarf? I think you were a dwarf. You might have also made an appearance in something like RimWorld or something. I like to name characters in my games based on Twitch subscribers. It is random, though. Some people have been subscribed for a long time and still haven't gotten in, and I totally apologize for that. It's just the nature of the game. Okay, we're going to have... Oh! Well, here's someone who's around all the time. Katy Cat, I hope you don't mind, but this is going to be the Katy Cat Industrial Park. Boom. Then Butler Park over here needs to be named as well. You're going to be Cutopia. Cutopia? We're going to call it Fields because this is my farming area. And then what I'm going to do... Whoops, that's not the button I wanted at all. Is this central area over here. Thing that looks like the kidney beans. And maybe what we'll do is zone the coast. Because it's kind of cool. Alright, we'll start by naming this. It's going to be the Zartonk coast. I don't know. And this is going to be the Infused Tom Plaza? I mean, Plaza's kind of a larger, like a smaller area, but whatever. We'll go with that. Complaining a little bit about lack of workers. They want more well-educated people. I don't know if we've got much in the way of schooling. We don't really have the money for it. So I've got a basic school. I don't have a high school yet, so that's going to be a bit of a problem. So these places updated. Oh, you know what? It's the high density. This is a level 1 high density. Apparently we want well-educated people. So they're going to keep, like, sort of falling apart as is. So that's no good. Let's go ahead and de-zone these high density commercial. Because they want well-educated people right from the start. We don't want that. We're going to wait for these buildings to disappear. Come on. You can do it. I have faith. Here, we'll fast forward. Oh, sometimes when you de-zone, it takes a while for some of the buildings to disappear, and I haven't been able to figure out why that is. Like, some disappear instantly and others don't. I guess they bleed off their workers, and it takes a little while for everything to get adjusted. So we're going to go with low density commercial to replace these bad boys. There we go. Because they need less education. Okay. We'll have to come back and do that a little bit more a little bit later. Katy Cat's in chat. What's this? I heard I'm in Industrial Park. Thanks to Quill 18. Yep. Sorry. You are a very polluted area of town. Oh, we need some water coverage. Indeed we do. We'll go and finish off the island just so that we don't forget it later on. Also, are we low on power? We are sort of getting a little close, but we're still okay for now. I just saw a wave of, like, sewage complaints over here. I guess things just had to be adjusted. We're currently okay. So money is going up. Again, population is stable because we're not adding any more residential anywhere. And the hope is still, because the traffic here is so miserable, the hope is still to get this rail line to come through the Katy Cat Industrial Park, get a train station here to service these guys, and then probably another cargo train station right over here to help with the farming. Facility full. All right, yes, we know. We're going to need proper incineration soon. Yeah, because we don't have enough incinerator status. We also don't have... Well, I guess we are going to run low on power soon, and the incineration plant at least produces power for us, so we'll go and get one up and running relatively soon. I just don't know where to tuck them in anymore. I guess I can put one on the other side over here once more, keep it a little split up. But you know what? No. We've got one there, we've got one there. Yeah, okay. This is fine. We'll do that. You've got water. You're connected to the power grid, which means you're going to be giving us a little extra juice, which is good. And now that we've got extra incineration, I'm going to tell you to become emptied. So you're going to carry your stuff to the incinerator. Although, we actually probably don't have enough incinerator space right now to support that. Maybe I should not empty you until I've got lots more incinerations. So let me cancel that. We'll get back to you. And again, we start the, we're trying to work our way up to the cargo thing. We're making money. Our city is stable. But what's important is that we don't just keep building landfills, because we're looking to get to the place where we're literally stable, which means no graveyards, low landfills, and we just have enough coverage for that. We've got plenty of gaps we can fill in now without expanding, which is good. All right. Yeah, let's check the happiness, and then we can probably raise some taxes. Industry is very happy, so we can easily tax them. You know what? We can probably bring up all the taxes to around 10. Since we're not currently looking to grow, this should all be fine. And I'm going to go and bring the industry up to, like, 12% and see if they start to whine. We'll just have to monitor that. But right now, they're super happy. We've got demand for everything. Lots of dead people still, but I don't think we're getting, like, a zombie apocalypse. 212. It is growing a little bit. We have enough crematorium availability, but obviously traffic is still the barrier. We might want to build one more crematorium just to get more hearses going around. And certainly over here, this is a long drive to maybe pick up some dead people over here. And that's it. We've got our road network right now is not very well developed. I don't want to build a cemetery though, because again, I'm hoping to end up in a stable place, not one where I'm continuously having to replace full cemeteries, for example. That would be quite poor. Check the happiness. Industrial happiness dropped a little bit. Some of the others are dropping as well. But right now, demand is still high. So I think we're going to be okay. Money is coming in really well. Also, we found out last time we played that the big and small business benefactors are really good for money. Really, really good. Double sales of commercial. This is low density. This is high density. We pay a little bit for it. But as it turns out, we make tons more money than the other way around. Okay, this is actually really, really helpful. I do want to go and get another crematorium. And I think I'm going to go and tuck it in right over here. There we go. Power situation. It's still good. We're getting very close, though. Water as well. I do want more incineration. I can probably put an incinerator over here or something like that. That might not be a terrible place. Although, no, that wouldn't be very good because the traffic is stupid and derpy. I'll probably put another one over here, actually, as soon as I get the money for it. Money is coming in well. So I could grow the city, but I think that would be a mistake right now. I think what we want to do is get a few more services. Now, you know what I might want to do? Well, we don't have enough incinerator coverage. Like, we know this is being stressed. I was going to say, if we build those cargo stations, then we eliminate a lot of traffic and dramatically improve things. But you can see that we're producing almost as much garbage as we can burn right now. So, right now, it's not necessarily the traffic and shortage of trucks that's going to kill us. It's the fact that even if we had more trucks, we just wouldn't have enough places to put things. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and put down one more incinerator. So our capacity is still not like well over things, but it's going to be better. And then the next thing we're going to do, I'm declaring now, for sure this time, is we're going to build that extra cargo train station. Probably. I can move one. Like, I think I still ultimately will want one sort of a little bit more central to maybe help service the commercial areas. But this might not be the right place for it. We might want to build it here or something, or I'm not sure. So I could start by moving one. I know I want one here, and I'm pretty sure I want one here as well. So we'll see how it goes. Why are you not using the wind turbines that you put in the water? Oh, well, yeah, we might. Right now, I kind of like the idea of making a whole turbine island. Part of it is because they were a little bit more expensive to plop down earlier. And I also don't want to block off too many paths, but it will be very efficient to expand over here later on. They are much, like, the maintenance I think is exactly the same, but they're cheaper to build. But for now, this was just fun to do. It was just fun to do. Do. Plus, I like the look of these better than the wind turbines. The advanced turbines feel a little silly. We probably will just end up going to solar rather than filling the water with advanced turbines. Solar is pretty cost effective as well. All right, money keeps coming in. Population is growing slightly, which is a little weird to me. Now, I haven't seen an abandoned building, even though I'm pretty sure I have the auto bulldoze for that turned off. It's possible we're just literally not getting any, which would be interesting, but unexpected. Now, abandoned buildings do get auto replaced. If a building is abandoned for a while, people will move in as long as there's demand. And I guess it's possible because there's so much demand for all three categories, abandoned buildings might be getting replaced extremely quickly. That is entirely possible. Happiness levels are still good, despite the fact that we are taxing them a little bit more. So I think it's 60 grand for our cargo station, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, the passenger one's cheaper. I didn't realize that. But the cargo one is 60 grand. We're also going to need a little bit of money for the rail, although the rail is relatively cheap. We are paying off 2 loans right now as well, so that's dipping into our income. But it helped us, you know, kickstart things a little bit more, which is good. Can you build a dam anywhere? Almost certainly not, because we don't have a lot of water flow. Technically, I have a little bit of a water generator here. But it's not going to be enough to build a dam. So on this map, no dams. There is, if we zoom out, there is a bit, it's hard to see in the corner. There's kind of a river from a landmass over here, but I think it's outside of the buildable area. And I don't think I set it up to have a big water flow anyway when I built this map. So we're not going to do that. Okay, we are at our 60,000. So we're going to let it tick just a scooch more. What's the maintenance on this thing? 1,400 a week. That's manageable. And so if I tucked it in, yeah, right, something like this. Now, I think we'll be forced to use some level crossings on the other side with our rail. Unless I move it over here, then I might have time to raise it. I think I'll have the distance to raise it if I build it more like this. So I think that's what we'll do. So it makes the industry very happy. Yodeling Monkey! Thanks for the sub! And then what I'm going to do is... I'll start from this end here. And do that. So now... a lot of these cars will just go here. Now, there's still going to be a lot of traffic right here as people come in and out of the station. But it should be better than this. And then, actually, I might get rid of these bridges. So the only people going down this stretch of road are the people using this park. So that still puts a lot of density here, but it's not necessarily unmanageable. The other thing to do might be to grab this road. Like this, bring it up one level, and do one of those, which will also help alleviate some of the pressure over here. There we go. So it's going to take a while for the traffic to really recognize the fact that it can just go here instead of using this bridge. We'll remove the pressure here. It might put more traffic pressure here, especially up until I get a train station for this, for the farming. Because right now, the farming people will still send a bunch of vehicles here to go there, which is what I'm going to try to avoid. But I got enough money now. I think what I'm going to do is actually move this cargo train station, because it's only going to cost me 12 grand. I mean, it's a 12 grand I don't necessarily need to pay, but I don't think I'm going to want this train station here regardless. I think I'm going to want to move it somewhere else to supply the commercial areas. So if we do something like this, maybe even move it all the way here, and then get this rail. So let me see if I can... Okay, so I can't bulldoze that. And there's a good chance that my rail... I'm going to try to elevate. There we go. Okay, so I won't have to do a level crossing, which is nice. And we'll come through here. Obviously, we're bulldozing a few bits of industry, but that's okay. We're going to keep it elevated. And bring it over this way. Doc's Logic, thanks for the sub. We're going to elevate this rail as well, because we're going to want to run some roads underneath it. Something like that. And then, can I make it look a little smoother? Maybe using an arc tool. There we go. Something like that. So we need to get some water and power out there. Surprised I can't make the jump across, but there we go. Something like that. Okay. So let's watch this. But now, all the farming trucks should mostly go here. Unless they're specifically looking to go to an industry here. They might still drive over here. But a lot of them might go here, train over here, then get out over here, which wouldn't be terrible. And more importantly, any of this food that's supposed to leave town will do so via this train station instead of driving out of town. So I think this will eliminate a fair deal of traffic. Trains can't turn at that degree? Yeah. They'll be slow, but that's okay. They can make this corner. See? Look at that. Actually, hardly even slows down, really. We are on speed 3, of course. The other thing I need to do is make sure I've got sort of a road that goes somewhere to provide a U-turn capability for these guys. Now, I think they can technically U-turn here because there's a bit of a change of the road type. So we might want to do, since we can technically tuck a road in here, let's do something like that. That will give people the ability to U-turn over here. I don't know what you're trying to go, but I support your life choices. And this is going to be more industry. I'll go ahead and plop it down now, because there's quite a bit of demand. Something like that. You'll get power, but you're not going to be watered currently. So we're going to break it off at 90 degrees, go to 440, which will allow us to have very minimal overlap. Like that. And then, well, this one's not going to matter quite as much, because half of it's going to be in the water anyway. But there we go. Okay. So you can see already the traffic here should be much, much more minimal. There's still a lot of trucks that are coming in and out of town, but some of those may be old trucks that have been there for a while. I'm really thinking that we are going to dramatically cut down on all the traffic over here to the point where I'll be able to bulldoze this ugliness that I don't want to have anyway. This was never part of the city's plan. It was just a temporary stopgap measure until we got our rail solution down. I can probably go ahead and fill in the last bit over here too. Like that. More industry. Boom, boom. Still demand for it. Yeah, they're instantly popping in. Look at that. How come they're not populating over here? They're doing here right away, but not here. That's quite odd. If there's that much demand for industry, why didn't they do that? I mean, this region, it's just named. It's not doing anything special. How bizarre. All right, well, that's fine. Can we fit in 2 over here? Technically, we can. Will we? Probably not. Although what I could do here is if I bulldoze this, just force buildings to come in from the other side, just to try to minimize how much stoppage you've got on this bit that goes in and out, but that's alright. Yeah, again, they're popping in over here right away, but not here. What's wrong with this place? Honestly, I'm quite confused. But alright. We might not want to have this be industrialized, but I don't know. Not enough poop water on that side, you're right. Well, no, they've got power. I mean, and the thing is, people will move into an area that doesn't have power and water. They won't stay there for very long, but they will move in. I don't have Qtopia Fields across there, no. It's not a zoning thing. Unless people prefer districts first, and then we'll fill in the rest. But I've never seen that be the case. Ever. Like, at all. I don't know. I mean, okay, this has got the cargo thing, which has a much higher industrial value. That might be why they're preferring it. But no, we've got one here. My brain. All right, let's not worry about it. We'll come back to that. Money's coming in good. Very, very good. Let's check our situation. Garbage. The incineration status is... Yeah, we could really use some more. I think getting some incineration stuff going on the other island would actually be a swell idea. Here, because of the avenue, they're only going to be able to leave in one direction. So what I think I'm going to do is put it right here, so they can instantly make a left out of here and then choose whether we want to go left or right. Oh! Did we really just not have enough services and they weren't happy about it? Let's not think about it too much. Can't believe how much garbage our town is producing. Now, and do we have the recycling turned on? We do. When our population becomes more educated, they do pollute less. So it might be the fact that we have such a lowly educated population. So I think it's time to put down a high school. Get started on that. Now, these are a lot of one-ways, and you can see here that the coverage is very poor. But there might not be any good way for us to avoid that kind of nonsense. Let's put the high school over here. I don't know how accurate the school coverage is, and it might just have to do with leveling up buildings. I think people will still be able to go to a lot of these schools in a lot of places. Wow, we have high capacity, lots of demand for this stuff. We'll start educating people, which should help some things level up. Katy Cat Industries is going over here very well. Still a little bit more traffic here than I want. Let's take a look at one of these vehicles. Oil truck. Importing oil to box factory. Okay, why wouldn't you just get imported via the cargo train terminal? I'm sure the trains support that. See, here's an import train. It's going to the other one. All right, fair enough. I wonder if the game is still considering the road connection to be shorter than the cargo train terminal. Okay, so some things just got imported over here.